Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. I want to talk about that veil. I think I mentioned a little bit about it in my previous video. We have a lot of people wearing masks now. And if you are learning in your journey here, you know that everything in our reality is really teaching us something. If you are focused on a lesson, you are taking in knowledge. And so when Christ said, when God said the light of Christ will help you see through the mask, I knew that he wasn't necessarily talking about what's taking place with the COVID-19 and stuff like that, although I use his messages in every aspect of my life. I know that when God speaks to me, sometimes it's very clear, and it means exactly what it means. Most of the time, it means something deeper than that. And you have to use symbolism, or you have to decode it. It's just like sacred geometry. If you are somebody who receives inner guidance and you receive things in codes, symbols, numbers, everything like that, that is how God works. So I'm glad that God has actually opened the doorway for me and is allowing me to make this video, or these past two videos, because it has been on my mind from time to time, resurfacing, where I want to express it properly. And I haven't asked him until the day prior to him talking to me about the mask. I knew that it was time for him to give me wisdom about it, and he did. So, in the mask in terms to God is the veil. The mask or veil is an obstruction. It's thick to the point that you can't access what's there. There are many veils that exist within the mind, within the heart, within dimensions, and within kingdoms. There's limited information, limited emotions, limited abilities, limited self, limited God. If you aren't able to penetrate through the veil within your own reality based upon limited beliefs and consciousness, you won't gain access to a higher state of consciousness, God's kingdom, or your true divinity, for that matter. You can't see through the veil, that mask, the falsehoods, the lies, the deceit, the crime, a cause, or who you truly are, for that matter. So bottom line, you can't see through the matrix. It's only through expanding on our perceptions, our consciousness, and the opening of our heart can we see through the veil. The veil works best with ego, fear, control, separation, limitations, blame, illnesses, and disbelief. The veil is lifted when beliefs increase. The mind expands and the heart opens. The senses will then begin to pick up on what once was not noticed. The veil is lifted. You are connected and you are free. How far you expand is based upon your willingness to let go, heal from, trust in, and believe. the greatest cover-up known to man is the human consciousness. Suppress consciousness, you suppress the heart. You suppress the spirit. You suppress man's ability to health. You suppress man's true capabilities. More is being spoken here than you realize. It's not about health, death, covering up your face, separating the people. It's about the complete takeover of the spirit within us all. The veil is really thick, but the veil is lifting. This is something that I have talked about since the end of last year, towards the end of last year, possibly October, November, and December. I was already talking about it, that 2020 is going to be a very intense awakening year for the collective. But those who live within the matrix see things being very heavy. I haven't had that sense of heaviness because I know who I am, for one. And I know what reality really is. Reality is yours. It's your perception. It's your understanding. That's what reality is. It has nothing to do with another person's perception, because then that means you're going to hop in their reality instead of continuously living within your own. If you don't believe in something, or don't understand something, or if you are isolated somewhere and don't know that things are existing somewhere else in the world, does it really exist? Reality and perception is based upon your understanding of what's taking place. And just because you are a part of it doesn't mean it's true, and just because that you are not a part of it doesn't mean it can't exist. When you hop realities or exchange realities, you become a part of it. And us being great creators, what we think we become. When we step aside from control, that thick veil, that mask, we start to pick up on what truth really is. Because truth is the heart of God. It is the heart of God. And everything else is false. And if you can always remind yourself, this is false because this does not reflect God's heart, His love, light, Christ, whatever it is that you use to keep you in alignment, use it. God is not man's perception of who God is. Remember that. Light is not man's perception of what light is. It is greater and infinite and powerful. And if you feel limited, it's because you're still thinking in terms of man. If you are feeling a negative emotion, you are still being wrapped up in things outside of you, or not facing the inner demons within you. So I did this video as a follow-up from the other video anyway. So because I am in a kind of a downtime, I did receive some things, but bottom line, we are upgrading parts of higher realities, higher gifts, meaning If you are already clairvoyant or have inner guidance, you are enhancing those things. You are still connecting with your Godhead. This is just the tip, the beginning of what the energy is doing. We're only a few days into it. We have almost an entire month to go. Less than a month, about 3 weeks or so. I haven't counted, so I'm estimating there, to go until this gateway closes. So don't rush it. You know, and I was going to make another separate video about this, but I'll just add it into this. Your gratefulness for where you are is so important. I see people complaining and cursing how they feel. And, I mean, I get it. I truly get it. I complained in my past like you won't believe. But that demonstrated that I didn't appreciate my path. I didn't trust in my path. If you don't appreciate and are grateful for where you currently are, you will never appreciate where you're going. You will never actually get there as a result of that. That is a negative energy. No matter how terrible things are, it's so important to not complain. You're forcing away what is rightly yours by that complaining, whether it's about your pain or your experiences. Stop complaining. You have to retrain yourself to live a positive life, to allow yourself to bring forth everything that's rightly yours. And everything is rightly yours. What we are experiencing has always been ours. It's just knowing that it was, or being aware that it is, finding gratefulness to get us there. Gratefulness is a form of love. Love keeps you in alignment with what is yours. You know, it's losing sleep a lot is annoying. I get that. And probably for 6 months in between my awareness, my awakening process, it was, you know, hit and miss. But actually, I didn't sleep for almost 15 years as a result of my chronic pain, which I thought was my chronic pain. It was really Source trying to connect and give you something. Your gifts come mostly during the night. And it's actually when you have agreed to do it. And you have actually agreed to experience it the way that you are experiencing it. I am somebody that likes it hard. If it's not hard, it's not worthy of doing. So I'm either all in or I am out. There's no, I'm not going to try it if I don't know I'm going to do it, or I'm not dedicated to it. If I'm not going to be consistent with it, I am not even going to challenge myself with it. So I agreed to this. I agreed to sleepless nights. I agreed to feel and experience a lot of my things at night because I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to remember it. I wanted to make sure that I was always grateful. If the journey is easy, how can you love it so much? How can you love it when you get to your destination if it was so easy? It's like cheating on the test. It's not rewarding. At least not for me. When you finally can step into gratefulness at where you are, it won't be so bad. Symptoms won't be so bad. Change your word processes. Stop talking about the negative things you're feeling, because you're amplifying more negativity in your life. What you speak about is a true expression about what you believe in. And if you're telling the world, oh, I am in pain, I can't stand this, this, and this, I'm up all night, and you're complaining, you're giving power to it because you believe in that pain more. That's why it feels so uncomfortable. You have to learn, if you can't sleep because of pain, flip it, get up and do something. Don't sit there and aggravate yourself by, oh, I don't feel good, this pain is so intense, whatever it is that you're saying to yourself. The cycle of pain and negativity will never end until you change it. And you'll never bring forth what is rightly yours as a result. You have to become the creator by stop creating what you're creating if it's negative. I hope that helps a little bit. I will make, of course, more videos as I get more information in. Hopefully tomorrow I can sit and express more about what is taking place. But for today, this is all I'm going to do as of right now anyway. My heart is just telling me to kind of just be. And I am listening to that. But I wanted to also provide you with a little more insight, a little more wisdom, and tons of love. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.